Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Who's here? Say hi. Hello, Karen. How you doing? How's your garden doing? Hello, Dave. I need a break from putting up snow fences on your beans. Are you expecting snow? Or you're just trying to be funny? Because temperature right now is kind of weird. So we had record temperatures in May here in Quebec. And we hit I think the highest was 38. And yesterday and today, it was really cold. Right now, it is 12 degrees Celsius, very gray, very gloomy. Feels like 11. My pepper plants this year will not like this at all. But I'm having these types of temperatures all week. So Wednesday be warmer, 23, Thursday 27, Friday 22, Saturday and Sundays in the 20s. But if I look at temperature felt, so during the day on Wednesday, it says 23 will be 25, and then at night 11 feels like 9. I can't cover everything now. And then Thursday at night feels like 18. Friday at night feels like 10. And then Saturday feels like 9. Sunday feels like 16. Right. We're supposed to go back to normal temperatures around Monday the 17th. Yeah. Gardening seems to be coming along, but seems to be slow. Not enough sun so far. So I experienced a lot of growth from my beans, my cabbages, my lettuce with all the water. It's been raining on and off for a couple of days now. I have to go check this morning. I think I replaced the last of the tomatoes that died, but because of this week, the temperature's dipping down under 10. I think I'm going to go back again with having to replace a couple of my tomato plants again. My peppers will not like this at all. Some are still small and puny, really small. So I've made a couple of notes for next year. I used green snow fence for the beans. Oh, nice. Hi, Jaime, no worries. Yeah, it was cold. This morning when I got outside, I went to drop off Philip to the bus stop. It's about 2 minutes walk. It was cold. But it is better this cold than cold with snow, I have to admit. Weather has been weird too here since yesterday. It was cold. Peas are doing great. Yeah, I had to resow my peas because when I transplanted them, I had a mini drought. I lost half of one variety, so I replanted, and it's been raining on and off, so I should have seedlings by the end of the week. My what's it called? Mammoth peas. And I think my other, so I'm growing Mammoth, Malcolm. I think it's Malcolm. And Sugar Ann. The Sugar Ann is the one that's struggling the most. In general, I would say it's not so bad. Probably the peas will suffer so much. But because of the irregular temperatures, my cucumber beetle's already out. Usually I see them with a revenge mid-end of June. Now we're not even mid-June, and I went to war with them right away. I go a couple of times a day, and I just squash them. Cool, hardy crops. I was loving this for sure. They hate the peaking and dipping, like peak dips. Some of them might go to seed for me, but it's okay. So there's certain things this year I came into conclusions right off, like right before the season starts. Lettuce and season, like I would say cold season herbs like cilantro that you have to resow a couple of times during the season. I think it's Dave that mentioned this, like he sows lettuce every 2-3 weeks. That is something I've discovered that really works well. We've been eating salad almost on a daily basis. Soon some will go to Bolt. But hello, Jotam. Good morning. At first I thought it was someone vomiting, but it's a mountain with the sun. It looks like a mountain with the sun. Good morning. So definitely this is something, if I want lettuce on a weekly basis, to sow it often. Same thing with cilantro. Tomatoes, I will now sow tomatoes and peppers differently. I think I was talking about this morning to some of my homesteading friends. I will no longer take my last frost date to sow warm loving crops like eggplants, tomatoes and peppers, melons, cucumbers. I'm going to do things a little bit differently because I hate to have to cover everything multiple nights. It's a lot of work. So technically my last frost date is May 12th. So my course that I followed told me to use May 18th, and I should start transplanting my tomatoes around May 25th. And I did that, and I checked the temperature for the next 2 weeks. I've done all the tricks that my book was telling me, but then as soon I looked at all the temperatures, I started transplanting, I think May 22nd. There was no dipping in temperatures, and then a storm came in, and I had to cover everything, peppers, tomatoes, eggplant. It was a nightmare. So I think I'm going to go back to a free course that I followed and an application that is also free. And instead of following the last frost date, I'm going to follow the transplanting date. So obviously, if I would have transplanted tomatoes for June 5th, and I would have looked at the temperatures up till like the mid, like next 2 weeks, I would have wait to transplant everything. And at night I could just like bring them back in. That probably will also mean that I will bring down the amount of tomatoes that I grow inside. Maybe like I did this year, I bought some seedlings for paste, and I just maybe grow my heirlooms that I really enjoy. Cabbages, I'm not there yet. I tried something new this year. I'll let you know at the end of the season. For peppers, I'm either going to have to figure something out or have like a temporary high tunnel in the garden. My rows are 30 inches wide by 15 feet long, 15, 16 feet, depending on the side of the garden. And I probably would have to put like a temporary temple structure or look-alike, what do you call it? Cattle panel that we don't have here. There's substitutions here, and just like put either greenhouse paper or what I'm using for my tunnel, and create a door and just maybe smaller quantity. So on one row of 30, I could probably fit half of what I have now. And on the other side, I could put my melons. And proof it from the cucumber beetles. I've only put peppers in the greenhouse this summer. I pick till November. Yeah, I didn't put peppers this year in the greenhouse. I was giving the greenhouse a bit of a break from the nightshade family. But I will have one row with tomatoes. I had leftover Roma tomatoes, and I just put them next to my zucchini plants. I figured that the smell of the tomato plant will cover part of the smell of the zucchini. I companion planted with flowers and chamomile and tomato plants. But my Romas are dying, my Napoli are dying, so many are dying, so I might have to end up digging up some of those and putting them in rows in the back. And I always end up rooting a couple of tomato suckers, and Dave keeps saying every year that I should have what do you call them? Cherry tomatoes in the greenhouse and saladinettes. So I'll root a couple of those in the mid of season, like end of the month, and those will be like cocktail size or saladinette. Like a saladinette you can use to make a tomato sandwich, and I will put them in the tunnel later on so that I can harvest up till maybe not November, but at least October. Yeah, I think so too. So the Academy course I followed gives me every single information I need to start the seeds, take care of the seedling, and when to transplant it outside, and how many days of acclimation it needs. But the acclimation of tomatoes is so frustrating because I had one full week that all the seedlings were outside, did not have to bring them back inside. And then I had a week of like ridiculous temperature that I could barely keep them outside. And it was not sunny, so the temperature in the tunnel was the same temp as outside. So yeah, it is definitely a struggle. So there are some plants I'm debating on not starting from seeds, just buying the seedling. For example, peppers. I went to nursery early May, and their peppers are like stringy and long. So part of me wanted to get the ones that were started later and they were less bulky. And I could have just up pot them in 4-inch pots and then transplant them later on. But they're not fun varieties. So I will have to make a decision for peppers next year, because I do love big bell peppers to freeze. But now my grocery store has Maxi has a lot of ugly fruit available. So there is fruits that are frozen. There is, depending on the season, there's peppers, there's zucchinis, there's mushrooms, and there's carrots, apples. So I end up just buying those and eat peppers fresh over the winter. So I might not need as much frozen peppers as I think, or as I thought. So that's definitely a think about it situation. Yeah, PVC pipes curved over your beds. Yeah, that's definitely something I will have to invest and look at. I did cover my cabbages this year, and I will also probably cover my broccoli and my cauliflower row. But definitely next year I will have to cover my garlic. I had to harvest my scapes yesterday. One of the rows is done. I still have 2 rows. They were attacked. I had little worms inside my scapes. I will still be able to use them, no problem. But if I wanted to sell them or like to close family and friends, they're not pretty. So yeah, maybe like grow less garlic and covered under row covers. That's probably what's going to have to happen for us next year. But that's next year. That's all I've gathered up, summed up from this year. I am definitely not overkilling myself like I did last year. I would run like a chicken with no heads. A chicken with no head last year, and just dive in head first. And I'm trying to have like a more relaxed attitude towards the garden. Almost like if I was having a full-time job and I was homesteading on the side or part-time. So I'm kind of in the middle of that at the moment. And I'm trying more and more to orient the gardening aspect like that. So me being able to focus on other stuff like creating content, studying, and doing other fun stuff. I want to stop just working on the homestead. I want to start doing stuff for myself. I've saved tomato seeds for years. I put mine. I have a phone call. I'm going to put you guys on mute. I'll be right back. So sorry about that. I had to answer. It was my doctor's office. I put mine out April 26th. They are 3 feet and have fruit, but yeah. So definitely. It's weird. Every year I find myself saying this. The spring is always weird, and it is said to be similar from last year. Very hot, very humid, and very rainy. There's nothing bad of having a lot of rain, but if it's hot and humid and then rains, hot and humid and then rain, doesn't have time to dry up. The only thing I will not redo this year is to not prune my tomatoes. And I did do something very different. Usually I put 2 rows. So I have 4 feet beds. I would put 2 rows in those beds and the tomato plants would touch. So if one on one side was damaged by blight, it would, like with the wind and all of that, it would carry on the next row. So this year I've done 1 row of tomato. In the middle, I have a row of I'm going to say it, sunflowers. And at the bottom of the sunflower, I sowed some cucumber seedlings. And the sunflower will be used as a trellis. And I just add a rope to direct the cucumber up that rope, and I will cut the suckers. And then the other side of the row, I sown bush beans. If I did not do cucumbers in the middle, I do cut flowers. So that means I have a row of 10 tomato plants and then a row of any cut flowers I had. So this year I had Celosia, snapdragons, what's it called again? Nasturtium, marigold, cosmos. I know I'm forgetting some. Yeah, Dave Knight grows peanuts. So I have a row of that. And to repel pest wherever I have high pest problem crop, I plant marigold just about everywhere. So each 2 necks of my cucumbers, my squash, I either have a very fragrant herb or like cilantro, dill, chamomile next to the plant, and or marigold that's very, very fragrant. It's a sacrificial flower for me. I haven't had tomato troubles yet. That suggested I should prune them, and it's awfully humid here. Lucky you, it's really cold here. So I did plant and transplant, I would say 80% of the garden. Now it's just like I started my fall garden. So I just finished planting everything-ish. I still have like overstock. And up till the 15th, I'm going to sow salad, spinach, all the cabbages that I want to grow in the fall, turnips, and there's something else green onions. And it's full of fall garden. And I always sow also late around the last week of June my second row, my second sowing of summer squash, because the vine borers start getting out around July 1st to July 10th for me. And they I transplanted my zucchini like super early this year, so at least by the time the vine borers come out and massacre my plants, I will have a second sowing in like early September. I have squash, a second set of squash. My plants doesn't do as well because the temperatures dips, but at least during the night, but at least I'll have like a good zucchini going on. A good harvest of zucchini. I might regret this. This year I went, hello Marilyn. No worries. Thank you for watching. So last year I froze a lot of zucchini, but I kind of forgot I froze zucchini. So this year I don't think I'll freeze that much. I think I'm just going to every single day grill vegetables with olive oil and eat zucchini till I can no longer bear it. I did do a lot of zucchini relish, but I do want to do, Remy suggested last year zucchini tomato salsa. And I did a recipe and it was really good. I'm already out. So that means either the shredded zucchini I have in the freezer will go for that when I get my tomatoes, or if I have zucchini coming out of my ears, I'll use that. That's one way I am able to have zucchini here, because I have the cucumber beetle that just kills the plant. And then whoever survives, if I didn't go to war long enough with them, the vine borer comes out and bores into the side of the plant. And even though I do everything I can with the vine borers, I go morning and night and I kill the eggs, there's still some that I miss and I lose my plants. And then after all of that, I have the squash bugs. Last year I only saw a couple, so it wasn't that bad. Every day I flip the leaves of my zucchini plants and I just kill the eggs of squash bugs, or I use a piece of tape that I put on my fingers and just remove them. But I am growing a lot of squash this year, winter squash. I might lose the war against squash bugs. That means next year I will have to grow less squashes. I'm hoping to can winter squash so that I can not lose them, one of them, and incorporate them silently in my soups this winter so that no one can you cook squash, it smells like squash. They won't know. I really love squash. With me and Amelia, I really love squash. And every time I make a potage, like a creamy soup, I try to put potatoes, sweet potatoes, in squash. But they see me cut the squash, so they're like, oh no, not squash. So yeah. If I can them, they won't know. I have 100 feet of tomato using the Florida weaving. I have something similar. Hello, Annie. Where did the comment go? I prune the bottom in suckers and leave. Yeah. Wait. And leaves to run grow hose? Yes, I grow for the last 7 years. Yeah, and they're great. Yes, it's not your exact recipe that you gave me. I found another one pretty similar, and I added a bit of spice in mine, and it's already gone. So I think I have a lot of veggies that's in the freezer right now. I have a couple of options. I have some diced tomato, and I have zucchini that's frozen, I could use both to make the salsa, but I want to use fresh tomatoes to do that. But I did find, Annie found something from Mama Homemade, a garlic scape relish. In the recipe, there was a hot pepper powder, and I'm like, that could be something I could investigate. I have a lot of sweet pepper in the freezer, so I'm gonna do another relish this year, but a garlic scape and sweet pepper relish. I'm gonna do a double recipe, and when I go and harvest the rest of my scapes, I normally do a pesto. So the pesto is, I ground up as small as I can the garlic scape, and then I add olive oil to make like a puree, and I add lemon juice and salt, and I freeze those in cubes, and I use that as a supplement of garlic butter, pesto, or when I'm out or when I'm lazy to, like, and when I do a Asian saute stuff, I just use a cube and I put that. It's very, very versatile, those cubes of pesto, garlic scape, you want to call them. And sometimes I keep one in the fridge. Olive oil, usually I think it's 3 weeks that you keep it. So when I cook, I just put that in there. And I don't know if there's another way to keep it. I did see in my book that I have a garlic scape butter. Instead of just like doing olive oil pesto, I could also do a butter with the scape and then freeze it. So I would like buy a couple of blocks, melt it, and mix it with scapes and a bit of salt if my butter is not salted. Wood ash, really? Butternut and onion soup. Yeah. So caramelized onions, I'm guessing. And then you roast your butternuts to make it like even more sweet. And you mix all of that together. You blend everything. Is that how you do it? Like a real creamy soup, maybe with coconut milk or cream. And if you want an extra sugary, you can either add honey or maple syrup. That sounds delicious. There is one that I tried that I have to try again. So butternut squash macaroni. But I want to try it butternut squash with meat. Because usually I cook, what's it called? Macaroni. And then I have meat tomato sauce. So spaghetti sauce with meat. And we mix it with the pasta. And then we put a boatload of cheese. And we put it in the oven. So it kind of creates like a lasagna. But it's not lasagna. It's macaroni. I would love to try to mix in, I'm sure some type of recipe exists. Like maybe bring down the quantity of the squash and add more meat and cheese. So that, like, I'm trying to find recipes that will kind of like taste a slight squash, but the kids will enjoy it. Fred's picky on squash. Cedric is so picky. He's getting better. Cedric loves shrimps, lobster, crab, beans, not green beans, like chili. He enjoys chili. He likes egg salad sandwiches, but if I give him an egg, he removes the yellow, the yolk. He removes it. He doesn't only eats the white, but he eats the sandwich that's mixed with all of it. What else does he eat? That's like makes absolutely no sense. He eats Brussels sprouts. but he doesn't eat peppers in my tomato sauce. He eats raw peppers, but he doesn't eat cooked peppers. Yeah. Back to the garden so I can go boating. Have fun. Have a great week. I want also to make a side note. Remy, I saw his comment go by. The hashtag 30 post challenge that you see. Oh, I forgot to add that to today's live. Since I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do now. So the 30 post challenge is organized by Remy. And it is 30 posts, 30 days. It could be lives, videos, short. So live or a post on your community tab. I started my challenge on May 29th, and I'm supposed to finish mine on June 27th. Let me add that. So 30 post challenge. I forgot to add it. It's there. So if you want to participate in that challenge, it's just that 30 posts, 30 days, live, video, short, or a post on your community tab. I'm going to see what this does for the analytics of my channel. If I am seeing a boom, that creating content on a daily basis actually puts me further, because I find that I don't know who's still here. I'm only seeing 4. I find that I'm struggling right now more than usual. So I don't know if my content is not what people want to see, or if people are not as present on social media. It like that or are always happen, like June, July, August, September, October, depending where you are in the world. There's more light there. It's hotter outside, so less on social media. But I find that my channel is suffering a lot, more than usual. So if this actually does positive for me, I'm not sure I'm going to commit to 7 days a week, but I could explore maybe more pictures, collage, videos, shorts, and see what it does for the summer. I am seeing older videos picking up. So like I had dandelion videos. Those are picking up. I had my sweet tea is also picking up. I think that was like 2 years ago, and it's like picked up again. So older content is actually being picked up, but my current content that I'm creating right now is not. So I'm hoping that this little challenge will give me the answer that I've been searching. If 5-7 days a week posts will make a difference. Usually on Tuesdays, I do share it Tuesdays. Does anyone need to share their channel? Usually people watch about 30 to 40 minutes of replay. So if anyone needs some love sent their way, let me know. I did share Remy's from Rem's Family Farm challenge. I'm thinking a short with pictures showing the things you note on your daily walkabouts would be a good idea. Yeah, I started doing that. And I'm looking into like possible ways to, like I'm posting something on TikTok, it creates and generates a video for me, and I use that collage video, short, whatever you want to call it, and I upload it to YouTube, and then I upload it to my Instagram. I've been looking at a app that's called Meta Business Suite. Like, I would love to post a video on TikTok, and it posts it also on YouTube and my Facebook group and my Instagram. But at the moment, I haven't found anything. The Meta business that I just talked about does Facebook and Instagram. That's it. Until I can find something that will publish on the four of them, it would be nice. I'm taking also more pictures daily, especially for this challenge. So I'm hoping that I can continue creating. My only scare, like I'm only scared of one thing, is that I have some members that usually I would create a post for behind the scenes or sneak peeks. I have 2 levels of membership now. There's one for early content release, and there's one membership to have behind the scenes. But at the moment, I'm sharing everything I'm taking every day. So I have to come up with a different system. So I did show this last week. Like, I have this with all my ideas. And I'm going to try to come up with an idea for the channel members that are paying to have access to information or pictures that I don't share normally with everyone. But that's a good idea. Thank you. How is your channel doing? Je t'aime. Let's go see that. I'm just massacring your name right now. Okay, you don't like how I wrote your name. Okay, well, let's do that. If you want to go check out Ecocentric Homestead, he's on a 4-acre property in Newfoundland. So if you, where's the share? There it is. You seem to be having the same problem as I am. So let's do this. Newfoundland has its ups and downs and challenges. So if you want to go show some love, you can go there. If you're curious about the Newfoundland climate. Is there anyone still here? Comments went quiet. You're still there. So I did share your 30 post challenge. I don't know if you heard. How's that going for you? You must be towards the end. Processing garlic scape. Woohoo! I have to do that. Yeah, that's something I have to do. I'm going to go harvest. I hope it gets warmer. Probably going to go harvest that. You're making coffee. I'm sure it smells delicious. I think that's what I'm going to go do, a second coffee today. 6-7 days left. Awesome. Are you seeing a difference in your stats? So I have, like, if you see this, I don't know if you can pick up, everything that has like a purple dot is stuff I created but still needs to be edited, or my weekly normal video. Like every week I had to create a video anyways, and I have a live on Tuesday and a live on Sunday. So I had 4 days left. Saturdays I always make a picture, so that left me with 3. And then I always made sure to do a short, so that left me with 2. And I try to do have you missed it, like a video that was week prior, or if there's anything that is older content that is still of actuality. So example, sweet tea, storing sweet tea. I could share that, or share my previous week video, or give a sneak peek. So that leaves me with 1 that every week I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So there's weeks that it's 2 pictures. There's weeks that it's 2 shorts. And I try to film at least 2 sequence of shorts a week on Mondays? No, Fridays. Anyways, what did I do last week? Can't remember. No, it was Thursday, because Friday, I think Friday was a long weekend, or was it the week before? I lost track. So I had like a color code going on, and like example, when I woke up on Monday morning, I did upload my shorts that came out yesterday, my bunny short, but I needed to create a title, the description, the keywords, the tags, and click a related video. So I had like 5 things to do, so I invested about maybe 10, 15 minutes on that. And then my live for today, that was easy. Just needed to pop on and chat with you guys. And then tomorrow, where did my pen go? I had a short that I wanted to create, but I haven't done it yet. So that I'm kind of in a tight crunch. I have to film that, but like I don't have a reason to do it. I'm not going to say the subject, because then you won't know. You'll know. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll push this one back for another week and just like, have you missed it? So I don't know. We'll see. That's how like my planning was going. I just need to figure out, like I said, my behind the scene content. So maybe have a bigger calendar or have one for my members, and have a calendar for my daily content. But I do have another similar problem to that. I have 2 other channels that I have the, what's it called in English? The syndrome of the imposter syndrome. My French channel, I have no idea what to post, although older content is being picked up. There's not many out there, and I'm struggling. I've been struggling for that one for a long time. And then my holistic one, back to holistic living, I had so much inspiration, but like I feel like an imposter. Like I still have that for Back to Basics Homestead, and I've been doing this for like 7 years. So I have a lot to work on with this syndrome. I have the same thing as the writer sometime. I have like a blank of inspiration, or I have too much inspiration and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so you're not sure. Okay. Well, we'll see. You still have a week left, and then it will tell you more, give you more more feedback. I'm seeing that as well. Every short that I create seems to bring in a couple of subs. So my From Seed to Bloom short, if I go here, gave me 3 subs. And then my bunny short, which was yesterday, gave me a sub. And if I go back to when was the last one published? So my Foraging Dandelion, this one was not very popular, but on TikTok it boomed, which is weird. Then I had another 500 with 3 more subs. So a lot of conversation comes from pictures, which is good. I don't have comments yet on my pictures. I have like maybe an average of 1 to 5 ish. Or are you talking about the comments that are being done, like the conversation under a video? No, you're saying pictures. So if I go to my channel, if I go to my community tab, my Sunday post had 1 comment. And then my Saturday, 0 comments. I normally get like between 0 and 5 comments. So pictures for me at the moment is not, the community tab is not something that's useful. Not useful, because some people do use it. But for a reason, when I do a pool, on 3,000 subs, I'm nearly 4K subs. This morning I was at 337.74, I think. Yeah. So I'm almost at 4K. And when I ask questions, it's very, very rare that I have an answer. Or if I do, it's like maybe under 10 people that answers. So I have to figure out a way to get that community tab going for me. But it does keep the engagement for sure. So how's the coffee and the donuts this morning? For the appreciation week. I saw that go by. What type of coffee or what type of donut did you indulge this morning? Oh, yeah, that's not crazy at all. Always reply with the longest reply possible to engage a conversation. Okay, I'll note that. Thank you. Ooh, chocolate chip muffins. Num, num, num. Lucky you. Well, enjoy. And went back for another muffin. Look at you. Yeah, because second coffee will make you run around the building a couple of times. Well, I'm going to cut the live here. I know most of you are working, and I have a lot of work to do in the garden, even though if it's gloomy, and really cold. I have to wear like long pants, and I have to wear socks. Yeah. Oh, speaking of socks, thank you, Remy. for doing the Free the Toe challenge. And I'm so happy that John did it. The Free the Toes challenge. Another coffee would probably send me to the ER. That's not good. So thank you for doing that. I don't know if anyone you tagged did it, but it was fun to see. I wanted to say thanks. So I wish everyone to have a good week. 20 Celsius and 8. Wow, here it's only like 12. Enjoy that temperature. And hope everyone is working in their gardens, having beautiful manicures. Like I am very cautious. I have like this little brush so I don't look like a crazy garden person when I go out of the house. Around the house, it's funny. But when I go grocery shopping and I have like that manicure. You tagged John. I saw his video. I don't know if Tracy did it. Marilyn, are you doing it? So everyone have a fun week. Play in your garden. Let's hope the sun stays, that it's not too cold, and that we can start harvesting our stuff soon. Yeah, you know. Wink, wink. No pressure at all. So take care, everyone. Bye.